सर्वधर्मस्थापकस्त्वं सर्वधर्मस्वरूपकः आचार्याणां महाचार्यो Ramakrishna te namaha. I shall bow down to that Ramakrishna, who has descended on this earth to establish the dharma, who is the embodiment of the essence of all religions, and is the teacher of the teachers, is the best teacher. To that Sri Ramakrishna, my humble salutations, prostrations. Dear devotees, we were discussing previous Sunday Sri Ramakrishna, the Harbinger of harmony. Before entering into the beautiful concept, which is very much required for every one of us, we had discussed what is harmony and why do we need harmony, and from the history point of view, like how much holy wars have happened in the name of religion or bloodshed, and what is the intrinsic cause and external cause for these religious conflicts we have seen. I hope you people remember. And also, what is the difference between harmony of religion and recognition of differences? While discussing this, we have discussed about indifferentism and interreligious and intra-religious harmony. And very important is harmony versus toleration, or acceptance versus toleration. It is not that we don't want to tolerate, we want acceptance. This discussed. What are the problems of harmony? In spite of knowing that, let us live together, let us live happily, let us love each other, etc., etc. But still we quarrel. But still there's a lot of bloodshed in the society, in the history of the mankind. Why it is? What are the problems for this harmony? From four aspects. One is political, theological, social, and mystical approaches. And what are the problems we can face or we may face? We have discussed all these things. At the same time, I made one point, which is the bottom line for all these things. When we practice religion, anyone belong to any sect, any culture, any creed, any religion, any society, any country, when he or she practices religion, definitely there will be no problem at all. There will be no conflicts at all. There will be no war at all. There will be no bloodshed at all. But when we use the religion, then only all the problems, conflicts, war, bloodshed, religious war, all these things creeps in, or all these things will be witnessed by the humankind or mankind. So we should practice religion, we should not use the religion. Like I am using iPad as a tool, as a weapon to reach the people. Like whoever is not possible to come to Air Vedanta Society and listen to my talk using your mobile, using your laptop or iPad or Mac, so on, you are listening to me. That is a weapon. We are using it. But religion is not to be used. Religion is to be practiced. When we practice religion, then there is no problem. But when we use religion, there will be bloodshed. This is what very important. And 7 types of harmony, which is portrayed or which can be understood or displayed by Sri Ramakrishna, we have discussed. Harmony of religions, harmony of philosophies, that is dualistic philosophy, non-dualistic philosophy, and qualified monoistic philosophy. So there can be harmony between all these 3 philosophies. And the harmony of yogas, the path of selfless action, that is karma yoga, the path of devotion, that is bhakti yoga, the path of psychic control, that is raja yoga, and the path of knowledge, gnana yoga. Among them also, harmony can be established. Harmony between personal form of God and impersonal form of God. harmony among different realizations, harmony among different sects, harmony of sacred and secular. These seven type of harmonies has been shown by Sri Ramakrishna through his life and teachings, more than that through his practice. We are about to enter into it. Before getting into it, few ideas again I wanted to make it clear so that we'll be able to understand this beautiful, unique concept which is very much required for the entire humankind to have a peaceful coexistence. But at the same time, whenever I go to different seminars, different school lectures, and when I converse with the different people, either maybe the followers of Sri Ramakrishna or the followers of any other sects or religion or the great people, they've got a lot of confusions. They've got a lot of difference of opinions, and they've got a lot of prejudice about this harmony of religions. As a result, I've taken this topic, and before getting into this harmony of religions, actually, that's the reason I'm giving a lot of background work or a lot of explanation I'm giving so that we should be able to understand the harmony of religion in a better way or in a right way or in a right perspective, right view. I think probably in my previous lecture, I did mention that many people accuse Sri Ramakrishna, the modern incarnation of this age, that, oh, because of his harmony of religions, our religion is at stake. But it is not so. Oh, you people speak of harmony of religions because you people are weak. That's the reason you are not able to exert your power, exert your might. That's the reason you people are speaking harmony of religions, but we are not, because we are strong and we are powerful. We can do anything and everything. Such type of reactions I have heard from some people. So it is not that since we are weak or when we are weak, we speak of harmony. Or by speaking harmony, it is not that our religion, our faith, our cult is at stake. No. Such type of very vague and very dangerous ideas can be witnessed with few people. That's the reason, before getting into such type of problems, we should have a thorough study, the background, what is harmony and why do we need harmony, what are the types of harmony, all these things. Now, as a background study, let me try to discuss today 4 religious attitudes. Afterwards, I'll go to the harmony of religions. Why the conflict happens among the followers of different religions or different sects, different paths? It is because of wrong understanding. It may not that they have got a wrong understanding or limited understanding about their own religion. Sometimes it may be true also, but most of the times because of the narrow understanding or prejudiced understanding or wrong understanding towards other religions. This creates conflicts. This creates unnecessary clash between other religions. One is exclusivism, the 4 religious attitude. Exclusivism, inclusivism, pluralism, and universalism. And what is this exclusivism? In the exclusivism, people are very narrow-minded. They are very, very narrow-minded, I can say. Why? Because they say that our religion is the only true religion. Our God is the only true God. Our scriptures are the only true scriptures. So this type of exclusive approach towards the religion, this is what exclusivism, that our own religion, my own religion is true and all other religions are false and they are inferior. They may not say inferior, mostly they say that it is false and they're false. There can be only one true revelation and there can be only one way, one path to salvation, that is my religion. Probably, I think in Christianity, there is a phrase called outside the church, no salvation. Outside the church, no salvation. So this is the example for exclusivism. If you don't follow Allah, then definitely you'll go to hell. Yes, it's a part of exclusivism. If you don't follow Krishna or Rama or Shiva or my God, then definitely you cannot attain heaven. Or you will be Satan, or you will be kafir. All such type of dogmatic, fanatic ideas can be the examples of exclusivism. And unfortunately, this idea was strongly advocated by Karl Barth. I may be wrong in pronouncing their names, sorry. Karl Barth, Emily Brunner, Hendrik Kramer, all these people strongly advocated this exclusivism. But for God's sake, and very important thing that after the Second Vatican Council, especially in the Catholic Christianity, after the formation of the World Council of Churches, this view started changing. This exclusivism has, to larger extent, has reduced, and they say that if we say that our religion is the only true religion, our God is the only true God, our scriptures are the only true scriptures, then definitely people will not accept in this today modern context. So better we should change. And they have changed, many of them they have changed, and even officially also they have taken a resolve that we should accept and we should respect other religions or other faiths. So on this aggressive social expression leads to fundamentalism, narrow-mindedness, fanatism, the bloodshed, war, all the conflicts, all these things because of this narrow-mindedness and because of this fundamentalism. And this fundamentalism leads to what happens? Extremism and terrorist activity by the fundamental groups, which are the threats to the global peace, for the friendship, for the establishment of peace and prosperity among the country, in the country or in the society, among the mankind. So this exclusivism, the religious attitude pertaining to exclusivism is very dangerous to the human society. So we should, every one of us, you may belong to Hinduism, or you may belong to Christianity, or Islam, Buddhism, Shintoism, Jainism, or any Ism, or for any religion, for any sect, we should get away from this exclusivism for God's sake. And for our own peace, our own peaceful existence, we have to get away from this exclusivism. I strongly support it, that we should get away. And the second type of religious attitude is inclusivism. The name itself suggests that we include others also. So what is this inclusivism? Here, these people also, the followers of inclusivism also, they say that their own religion is true. One's own religion alone is true. But the difference between exclusivism and inclusivism is, in the exclusivism, they say that our religion is the only true religion and all other religions are false. Whereas the people who follow inclusivism, they say that our religion is the only true religion, but at the same time, they don't say that other religions are false. Very interesting, isn't it? Our religion is the only true religion, but I don't say that your religion is false. Then what do they say? Oh, they are all included in our religion. Your religion, your path, your sect, your philosophy is preliminary. So it is included in our religion. If you practice our religion, if you practice our path, if you practice our God's teachings, it is always included in our religion. So better, why don't you come here? So inclusivism included. So your religion has been included in our thing. So many of the people, sometimes the followers of the non-dualistic philosophers, they say that everything is merged in our philosophy. Everything is included in our philosophy. So revelation in one's own religion is complete. And whereas in other religions, the revelations, their philosophies, either they're incomplete, or they're partial, or they're perfect, imperfect, or they're preliminary. Whereas they're all included in our religion. So why do practice your religion? Please come to our religion, because it has been included and we are much more advanced and it is complete. This type of idea is called inclusivism. So other religions are only preparations to understand and accept my religion. This is what inclusive. And unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, with all due respect for Saint Augustine, I am saying this, it is reflected in the Saint Augustine statement. For the reality itself, which we now call the Christian religion, was present among the early people, and up to the time of coming of Christ in the flesh, was never absent from the beginning of the human race. So, the true religion, which already existed, now began to be called Christian. So, before the advent of Christianity or before the advent of Christ in the flesh, the people They were following different religions, fine, but knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, even they are all the tenets of Christianity only, they were not aware. After appearing the Christ in the flesh, then now we have understood the Christianity. So all other religions, faiths, doctrines, dogmas are included in Christianity. So if you follow Christianity, then it is as good as following your own religion, because our religions is included. In Hinduism also, Sri Krishna's Bhagavad Gita pertainly like, in whatever way a person wants to attain me, I bless him in that way, everywhere people will follow my path. Such type of statements are also taken as an example of inclusivism. In 1961, German Catholic theologian Karl Rahmer formulated this theory and he advocated this theory. And according to him, Christ works through all religions, and it is Christ that the followers, and it is Christ that the follower of other religions worship through their sacraments, without being aware of the fact, rather, therefore called the followers of other religions anonymous Christians. So they are unknowingly they are following our own religion, that is Christianity, the gospel of or the sacraments of Christ. And it is supported by Hans Kung, Henry, and who was known to as Abhishektananda, and Klaus, and so many people, they did advocate this idea called inclusivism. Again, this is also not true according to me. The third idea is called pluralism. This is what is very important here. What is that? This pluralism, or the people who follow the pluralism, they hold that all world religions are true and revelations are many. There are several paths to salvation. See, mind it clearly. These people will never say that all world religions are same. No, but they are saying that all world religions are different, maybe, but they are true. Why? Because for one ultimate reality, the ultimate reality is one, but the revelations can be many. The paths can be many. The understanding, the approaches can be many. So every approach is called either faith or a sect or a religion or subsect, so on and so forth. That's why there can be several paths to realization, there can be several paths to salvation, there can be several paths to reach the God or the ultimate reality. That's why Sri Ramakrishna said, as many faiths, so many paths. Jato mat tato pat. Means the ultimate truth is one, but human thinking, based on his perceptions, based on his nature, based on his character, based on the upbringing, his approach may be different. Based on his approach, the constructions are in different ways. I think Professor John Hick makes a beautiful statement with respect to this. The great religious traditions are to be regarded as alternative soteriological spaces within which are ways along which men and women find salvation. So this pluralism is very, very important for every one of us we have to follow, because it is a way of establishing, it is a way of understanding and harmony among religions without ignoring the uniqueness of each. Understanding as they are. All religions are same? No. Every religion is different, no doubt, but all religions are true. That's what they say. And every religion is unique. Why? Because of their philosophy, because of their culture, because of the customs, because of the practices, and because of the religion, wherever it got its genesis. It also, the country, the social and political surroundings, all these things will also have an effect in the growth of religion. That's the reason they say that all religions are true, all paths and sects are true, but they are unique and they are different. This they understand and they accept. So it is different from indifferentism and relativism. And pluralism recognizes that there are differences between different religions, and but they are real and permanent. Means the religions are true and permanent. So we have to recognize the independence of the every religion, every sect, every path. And every path, every sect, every religion to reach the reality, to reach the God. So the dignity and validity of each religion or each path, each sect is well established by this idea or by this ism called pluralism. I may follow Hinduism. For me, Hinduism is great, never mind, but I respect Islam. I respect Christianity. I respect Buddhism. I respect Jainism. I respect Shintoism. I respect Confucianism. Okay, I belong to Christian faith, fine, but I respect all other world religions, all other faiths, all other sects. So this is what the pluralism. Oh, because I think whatever I think that is right, and everyone should think like that only. That is what inclusivism. No. Or exclusivism is my religion, my path is the only true path. All other paths are wrong or false. No, that is very dangerous in fact. So pluralism is there are indifferent, there are indefinite, or there are n number of paths to reach the salvation, to attain the salvation, to reach the God, to reach the ultimate truth. All of them are true, but they are different, distinct, they are true, and they are unique. So this thing has to be understood. That's what pluralism is taught. And so more or less, Sri Ramakrishna's teachings also falls under the category of pluralism. So probably now you are understanding that why I'm talking so much background, so that you have to understand how Sri Ramakrishna has taught, and if you know all this background, you'll be able to understand and appreciate and assimilate properly Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. And Professor James Michael, he beautifully mentions how he describes the pluralism as thus, quote, genuine religious pluralism is not a melting pot in which all diverse religions are liquefied into sameness. A beautiful statement, you see. Genuine religious pluralism is not a melting pot in which all diverse religions are liquefied into sameness. On the contrary, genuine religious pluralism is a mosaic in which all religions occupy privileged, autonomous, and interactive positions, thus revealing a picture which displays the full reality of God less inadequately than any single religion. However, objectively, great is able to do by itself. Unquote. What a beautiful statement. So it is not, there is no absolute truth of truths of different religions are wholly different and relative. Because if there was no absolute reality, then each religion would remain isolated as an island. Oh, if there is no absolute truth, okay, because there are different religions, there are different truths, then do you mean to Swamiji? No. There is only one absolute truth. There's only one absolute truth, but there are infinite paths to that truth. That's what we have to say. So when we say pluralism, that doesn't mean that there are n number of truths. So every religion has got a different truths. No, there's only one ultimate truth. There's only one absolute truth, but there are got n number of paths. There are infinite paths. That's what pluralism is also saying. So that we should not confuse that there are a number of truths also. No, there's only one ultimate truth, absolute truth, and there are n number of paths, or there can be infinite paths. If not, what happens? If there is no absolute reality, if we don't say that, when happens, then each religion would remain isolated as an island, and no interaction among religions would be possible at a higher level. That's the reason Professor Grant S. Shockley makes a beautiful observation that pluralism is a method of analysis to aid in critical evaluation or critical evaluating, focusing, and objectifying. Absolutes, universals, and exclusive revelations are valid in themselves, and they are valid for those who believe in them. They are elements of the larger truth or the whole truth, which by definition is unknowable by a single individual. Of course, I don't know, it may be very scholastic for some of you, the devotees, but it is very, very important that the ultimate truth is one, the absolute truth is one, but there are infinite paths. And Arnold Toynbee, W.E. Hawking, Ernest Toltec, all these people have advocated religious pluralism. And Paul Tillich, Wilfred Cantwell Smith, John Hick, these people struggle hard to put the pluralism on the firm foundation. Now, giving enough background in my previous class and in this class, today let me enter Sri Ramakrishna's doctrine of harmony of religions. That is what Dharma Samanvay in his words. And is this his Dharma Samanvay? It is not based on any doctrines, dogmas. Like Saint Augustine, he was a great theologian. His works, as considered as the probably as my understanding goes, his works are considered the base for the Christian theology. Like there are a number of people belong to the different religions. They have wrote the theological works like that, similar to that. Sri Ramakrishna never wrote or compiled any theological book because he was not a philosopher in that sense. And he never established a philosophical thought like the philosophers, acharyas like Adi Shankaracharya or Ramanujacharya or Madhvacharya. No. And it is not that he studied all the philosophies and he was the great philosopher. He studied Vedas, he studied Upanishads, he studied all systems of philosophy in the Oriental philosophy and Occidental philosophy, and he gave his final teaching that Jato Mat Tato Pat, as many faiths, so many paths. No. Then how he gave this idea? How did he preach this idea? Or how did he find this idea? He never probably listened to the lectures like which I'm giving. Before giving this, I have referred quite a number of books and all. No, he didn't do that. But it was based on his direct experience. He himself made his life as a spiritual laboratory and he practiced spiritual disciplines described in the different religious texts in scriptures. First, initially 4 years, he practiced with the sincere earning, dedication, commitment, spiritual practice, and he had a realization of Mother Kali. And once the realization of Mother Kali or any god for any sadhaka, they keep quiet. Their life is done. I mean, they have reached their goal. That's what they feel. But he didn't stop his spiritual practice. He said, I have viewed or I have realized, I have seen Mother Kali, no doubt, first time or one time, but that is not enough for me. I want to see again and again, whenever I wish. Just like we see human beings see each other in this mundane world, like that I would like to see Mother Kali. So I want to practice more and more sadhana. He continued his sadhana and he reached that stage where whenever he wishes, at a fraction of seconds, he was able to see Mother Kali. And not only that, he continued sadhana. And whatever the 64 difficultest sadhanas which are told or described, narrated in Tantra Shastras, that every sadhana he took and he practiced and he attained the perfection there. And mind it, any of the greatest saint which whomever we see, we worship or we try to follow, all of them, most of them, all of them, they have taken one path and one sadhana type and they have followed and they have attained perfection. Whereas Sri Ramakrishna, he practiced all 64 types of sadhanas and he attained perfection in no time. And again, Vaishnavism or in the Bhakti Shastras, different modes of worship is there. Dasya, like the relationship between the servant and the master, and Sakya, between the relationship between the friends, then Shanta, then Madhura, then Vatsalya. Vatsalya is the relationship between the son and the mother, and Madhura is the relationship between the wife and husband. All these modes of sadhana has been experienced, has been practiced by Sri Ramakrishna, and he attained perfection. And not only that, and he had a vision of Rama, Krishna, Sita, and different gods and goddesses. And afterwards, he had a Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is the end of the Advaita Sadhana, the non-dualistic philosophy, where the experiencer, the experienced, and the experiencing, the act, all three will merge and it will become one. I am that Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. This is the pinnacle of the sadhana, we say. And that also he achieved. And afterwards, as a Sufism, which is one of the branch of the Islam religion, he did listen to them. And 3 to 5 days at that time, which was his chosen deity, Mother Kali, he never went to Mother Kali temple that time. He was near the mosque for just like any sincere spiritual seeker belong to Islam religion, how they worship, how they pray, how they do namas for 5 times, used to do, as he learned from his that Sufi saint. He practiced Islam sadhana and he also had a vision of light. That's what we understand. And he tried to listen the Bible, and one fine day, again he had a vision of Jesus Christ with the Mother Mary. And after all these things, experiences, he said, as many faiths, so many paths. So it was not mere intellectual understanding, and it was not mere intellectual conviction, and it was not just came from his mind. No, it was based on his direct experience. So there's a lot of authenticity in Sri Ramakrishna's doctrine of harmony of religions, in his statement, as many faiths, so many paths. Because it was based on his revelation. How? It was based on his direct experience of the God through different sects, through different religions. So he stands for intra-religious harmony and inter-religious harmony. Harmony between different religions, different sects and different paths, and different sects and paths inside the Hinduism, inside the Sanatana Dharma. After all practicing, what did he say? God exists in anyone and in everyone. God is there everywhere. Isha vasyamidam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. This is what the Ishopanishad says. Cover the entire world with God, whatever exists, either the small or big or whatever, because the God and God alone exists. So, and he was able to see that the God and God alone exists in the entire universe. The whole world is covered with the consciousness, and the consciousness really exists. That non-dualistic experience he had. And in every being, there is a divinity, divine principle. So, there is a beautiful power, energy, that's what we say, divine consciousness or awareness, all we say, that's what divinity we say. And this divinity stays or resides in every human being, in a bird or in animal or in a beast, everywhere. So this divinity of beings, or God is there in everywhere and in everything, this made him to understand the harmony of religions. So it is based on the direct experience of reality or God. It was not derived from intellectual study or books or theories or dogmas. And also he said that he wished that everyone should follow their own religion and attain the highest that it promises. So many people accuse, oh, you people advocate harmony of religions, but there are a lot of conversions are happening. So we should not advocate, we should not enjoy, we should not say that harmony of religions, all religions are true. No, but Sri Ramakrishna says very clearly, all religions are true, no doubt, but he was against conversion. Because when all religions are true, either Hinduism or Islam or Christianity or Buddhism or any ism, then what is the necessity of myself to convert into another religion? No. So stay back in your religion, stay back in your own religion and follow the path. If you feel so, the other path, the other religion is very much nice, and it is probably, it is nice in the sense for your mental aptitude. So it is very nearer to you, it is very dear to you. If you follow, if you feel really, then you can follow it, no doubt. But you need not to convert to any religion. Because I am Hindu, if I go to Christianity, heaven is sure, or I will get the Lord. No, I am Christian. If I go to Islam, then the God will be, definitely I will get a God. No. Either you may belong to any religion, any sect, you follow that. You follow your own path, and if you with sincerity, with dedication, with commitment, if you follow, definitely you can reach the ultimate reality. You can reach the God. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said. And Sri Ramakrishna Sri Ramakrishna's message was to understand each religion through the eyes of followers. This is a very distinct future which we can see in him. And he never attempted to judge other religions by the standards of the religious traditions in which he was born. I am a Hindu, and I should not judge the Islam or Christianity from my own understanding. And if I'm a Muslim, I should not understand, or I should not judge the religious traditions of other religions whether it is true or false. Similarly, I belong to Christian faith. If I judge the other religious faiths and paths right or wrong, that is not right. It's because every religion is unique. So if you want to judge, you go to that particular religion, try to study, understand with an open mind, then you may judge, but otherwise no. So when he was practicing Islam, he never went to Mother Kali temple. He never remembered his own chosen deity, completely just like any uh, Muslim, how he follows 5 times namaz and other things. Just literally he followed. So when he is to take any particular faith, particular religious practice, completely is to merge there himself and is to follow and is to experience the joy or experience the divine principle or experience the God or experience the reality in that particular faith. That was very unique in Sri Ramakrishna's life. And this is called phenomenological method also. The attitude of seeing religions through the eyes of its followers and suspending one's judgment. This is what. So it is not that Sri Ramakrishna advocated phenomenological method, rather the phenomenological method got the life force from Sri Ramakrishna's experience of faith or ultimate reality. And Sri Ramakrishna never criticized any religion or any sect or any religious practices, because he experienced that God's power is working everywhere, and he believed that every religion has some place in God's scheme. That is the beauty of Sri Ramakrishna. So based on this type of experience, his harmony of religions or harmony of interreligions and interreligions has been given. So what are the main tenets of Sri Ramakrishna's doctrine of harmony of religions? The ultimate reality is only one, but it is known by different names, or it is called by different names in different religions. It may be personal form or it may be impersonal, sakara or nirakara. Realization of the ultimate reality is the true goal and purpose of human life. It is also the central purpose of all religions. So the religion means realization. Realization of the ultimate reality, realization of the God, realization of the divine principle. That is what the alpha and omega of the religion. And it is the direct transcendental experience that gives the validity to religions and not books. This is what his second main tenets of his philosophy. There are several paths to the realization of the ultimate reality, and each religion, each sect, each faith is such path. As many faiths, as paths to the ultimate goal, all world religions, all sects are valid and true. But each person should remain steadfast in his or her own path in a spirit of ishtanishta, without thinking that his path alone is true and perfect. I like particular God, I like particular faith, I like particular religion, whichever I may be born or whichever I like after my upbringing. I like, I respect, I follow it strictly to the letters, no doubt, yes. But at the same time, we should love, we should respect other religious faiths also. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said very clearly. Because I'm respecting other religious practices, religions, religious preachers, it doesn't mean that I have to convert into other religions. No. I have to stick on to my religion, my teachings, and at the same time should respect others' religion or religion followers, religious ideas, their paths and their scriptures, their customs and traditions. That's what we say. And he also said, one should show respect to the founders of all other religions as special manifestations of God, and knowing that God dwells in all people and in everyone. And in the founders, they have got special manifestation. So one should serve all without any distinction of caste, creed, race, cult, religion. If you don't accept my religion, then I don't give you food. I don't allow to come to my church or to my mosque or to my temple, or you will not provide any help. Such type of thinking, such type of behavior, if any religious leader is uh, exhibiting, then definitely we should show that, we should know that they are doing business in the name of religion, in the name of God. If you follow my religion, then I will help you. If you follow my God, I will help you. If you come to my religious place, the place of worship, I will help you. Otherwise, no. If anyone say that, or I will help you so that you have to follow my religion. If anyone says that, in the name of religion, they are doing business. In the name of religion, they are doing a barter system. The God is not available for barter system. I will give you money, you accept my God. I will give you money to build your house so that you should accept my God. Probably I will help you to take care of your life so that you should accept my God. If anyone is doing that, that's what Sri Ramakrishna is saying. It is a barter system. It is a business in the name of God. So the religion is not meant for business. The God is not meant for business. The religion is realization. Realization of the ultimate reality. Realization of the God, or realization of the ultimate reality. That's what religion is. So in the name of religion, we should not do any business or any barter system. So Sri Ramakrishna's harmony of religion say that all religions are true. He never said that all religions are same or equal. All religions are true. They are the different approaches. They are the different paths to the ultimate reality, to the God. We should accept, we should respect. We should accept and we should respect. At the same time, we should have a steadfastness to our chosen deity, to our chosen path, to our religion, to our faith, whatever we are following. We should absolutely, with 100%, we should stick on to our faith, faith, our path, our sect, our religion. But at the same time, we should love and we should respect and we should revere other faiths, other paths, other religions. That's what when Sri Ramakrishna says harmony of religions. And now, the second type of harmony which I would like to take is harmony between personal and impersonal God. Like in Brahma Samaj, which was one of the social religious movement, which was in India, probably now also it is there, a small group. They used to say that God is really formless. So if you are doing idol worship, image worship, that's all nonsense. That's all bullshit. So you should not worship God with form, because God doesn't have any form at all in reality. So all image worship, whichever has been done in the houses, so it is not right. You throw all the idols, all the worship materials to the Ganges River. So that was a huge social religious movement in India. So many people stopped going temples, stopped worshipping in their houses, their tutelary deities, and they threw away all their idols, whichever was there in the houses. Such type of social religious movement was there in India for some time. And so they always used to say, God is without form, God cannot be with form. Sri Ramakrishna said, when God is all powerful, everything is possible to God for him, then why do you say that God is only without form and God cannot be with form? That means you are limiting the God. Why are you limiting the God? And how can you limit the God? God is this much only. For that, he gives a beautiful example. Like an ant went to the anthill and it ate 1 or 2 granules of sugar, and it took 1 or 2 granules of sugar in its mouth to take for the ant for its place. But while coming, the ant thought that next time I shall take the entire anthill to my house. It is never possible. So like that, the God is infinite, though is not really we can understand, but to some extent at least we can understand with his grace. So, but we cannot limit. This is what God, idamitham Bhagavan. So this is God, he is God, she is God, this much is God, that's all. No, we cannot limit. When we say that God is with form only, then we are limiting the God. When we say that God is without form, we are limiting the God. God is with form, God is without form, and God is much more than this. That's what Sri Ramakrishna said. So this is what I mean when we say harmony between personal and impersonal God. And he gives this example. And he also gives a beautiful example, like there's the ocean. In the ocean, what do you see? Water and waves. And some places, because of the cold temperature, the water has been frozen and has been converted to ice. There's a water, in between there will be able to see big ice blocks. Then, do you say that, or can we say that the ice is different from water? Because in the water is liquid and the ice is solid. So do we say that both are different? No. When the water is got condensed, it is called ice. When the ice melts, then again it is back into water. So similarly, when they worship, when they would like to worship him, when they call, as an answer to the call, God appears in the form. God appears in the form. So that's why God has got form. Just like the difference between ice and water in the ocean. So God is form, God has a form, and God has without form. God is also with form, God is without form, and God is much more than this. So there's a huge tussle. There was a huge tussle. There was a huge conflict or difference of opinions. God cannot be with form, God cannot be without form. God is form, but means God doesn't have form, but he has got qualities. It doesn't have, is a nirakara saguna rupi. Such type of people are also there in the middle. Some people have said God has qualities and God has form. And some said God doesn't have any form, God doesn't have any qualities, completely nirakara. And some people were saying that God doesn't have form, but they have got qualities. He has got a definite qualities, or maybe all good qualities. So three types of stray of thoughts or philosophies pertaining to God's form we can see in the philosophy. And they used to quarrel each other, they used to have a clash, they used to have a debate, hard debates, and probably they used to fight each other. But Sri Ramakrishna has brought a beautiful harmony among these things. So God has got a farm, yes. God doesn't have a farm, yes. God doesn't have a farm, and only qualities, yes, that also can be accepted. Why? Because you cannot limit the God from your understanding. Just like the ocean, the water and the ice in the ocean. So God has Sakara, Nirakara, and much more than this. That's what harmony between personal God and impersonal God. And now harmony among different philosophies. There are between the non-dualistic philosophy, between the dualistic philosophy, and between the qualified monistic philosophy. Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, and Advaita, which is special reference to Indian philosophy. And of course, there are so many other schools of philosophies nowadays. Shuddha Advaita, Beda, all these things are there. But they are all mostly permutation combinations of these main three schools of philosophy. So the harmony is possible among these three schools of philosophy also, which is very, very important. We have to understand. Probably now time is up. In my next class, I shall start to discuss where there is a harmony of philosophies and how harmony between different realizations can be achieved by that this bloodshed and unnecessary conflicts and religious conflicts or war in the name of religion, in the name of God, can be minimized. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.